Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Conquests of the Longbow. We are at the fair, and we're taking a look at all of the people and all of the wares. Let's continue doing that. A man looking at knives. A man from another village. A man sated on bread and wine. A vendor of breads. A peasant woman. A man who looks unhappy with the food. A man selling knives. A man selling pieces of metal-studded leather. A young man with a bow. A woman selling baskets. A streetmonger with a large wooden wheel. A peasant man listening to a streetmonger. I see nothing of interest. Two elderly women. Ah, a scholar. A man selling swords. A lazy man looking at the swords. A tall young man eyeing the swords. A woman and her child. A pilcher selling his furs. I don't know that I've ever heard of the term pilcher before. A man selling tools. A one-legged beggar. A woman of the town. A fat woman. Oh, that's just rude. I see nothing of interest. They are mysterious objects. A man selling mysterious objects. A woman watching a man stand on his head. A man standing on his head. Mayhap he's imbibed too much scrumpy cider. A man in earnest conversation with a friend. The wavy patterns in the steel tell me these are true Damascene swords. Pieces of studded leather. Many fine furs. A display of tools of various sorts. A display of edged tools. A large wooden wheel. Baskets. A table of knives on display. Well, better, it should be a table of knaves on display. A baker's table. Well, let's start talking to people. I have nothing to say to that person. Garrett of York. I'm the most skilled smith in all of York, in the making of daggers and small blades. I could see you've a good eye, no offense meant, sir, for a sturdy blade. And the prices? 29 pennies and up. It's a little bit high. Nothing to say to that person. Nothing to say to that person. Bruce the baker. Freshly baked bread, best in the shire. Mistress Hyasher. I would dearly love some raw fish and rice. Morgan Creek. Huh. Sturdy leather decorated with metal studs. Once belonged to Sir Kevin, Earl of Costner. A mere 5 marks apiece. 5 marks is too much to ask. When I tell the ladies that they're still covered with Sir Kevin's sweat, they can't pay quickly enough. I've even had a couple go and swoon on me. Have you ever seen a woman swoon? I'm glad to say I have not. They take a sniff, their eyes roll up into their heads, and swoon. Next thing I know is they're flat out in the dust. It's pitiful, sir. Zounds! What power does this man possess? I hear much praise about his dancing, sir, but I'd be happier without all the swooning. Morgan Creek was, of course, the production company that did Robin Hood Men in Tights, which I had, not Men in Tights, Prince of Thieves. Jeez, that was horrible. Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, which, for those newish to the channel, I do have a Let's Play of the NES game Robin Hood Men in Tights. It is exactly, no, I did it again. It's because I had a comment about it. Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. I did a Let's Play of the NES game of Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. There we go. Got it right. It's exactly like the movie in every single respect. It is the most faithful movie-to-game reproduction I have ever played. And I am not at all lying about that. Totally lying about it. Do you mean to compete in the tournament, my friend? Oswald Fingerstall. I did until I heard that Adam Bell was shoot. No one can beat him. Winifred Weaver. Baskets, baskets, big baskets, little baskets, deep baskets, shallow baskets, heavy baskets, light baskets. What about basket cases? truly a basket case. Ah, a scholar. Guy Gillinger. I swear mighty oath that every word I say is true. This is a wheel from the Trojan horse, same as rolled through the gates of doomed Troy with a belly full of Greek soldiers. And how came you by this treasure? Sooth, it shows not its age for a thing of such antiquity. Why, one would swear it was made only recently. Aye, its fine condition only adds to the value. 'Tis made of oak. I didn't know they had good English oak in ancient Troy. Move along, fellow. I've business to do here. Ichabod Idlebody. Care to join us in a venture, sir? We're going to buy this Trojan wheel and make a fortune. All we need is someone to buy it for us, and we'll do the rest. Really? Clyde Cadiddlehopper. Shh, we're listening. There is no answer. Gammer Hedda. Aren't you a handsome one? Remind me of my 6th husband, you do. Of course I do. Alright, there's also a few things that we want to buy here, so I'm keeping an eye out for that. A man reading something. A man carrying a bent stick. But more importantly, is it a pointed stick? A gambler throwing dice. A gambler. A gambler. But again, more importantly, which of those is Kenny Rogers? A woman carrying a rolled rug. A man holding a bag full of something alive. A townsman. A doomsayer. The doomsayer's apprentice. A pair of women gossiping. The rare Nottingham giant armadillo. See nothing of interest. A man fascinated by the large creature in the cage. A silly peasant. A despondent man sitting upon a box. 'Tis a sorry lot of junk sitting atop a crate. The apothecary's stall. An apothecary. Barrels. A woman's writing something. A small table holds the woman's ink pots and writing supplies. A peasant girl with her parents. A contented-looking family of peasants. Contented in the Middle Ages? A woman selling eggs and vegetables. A man grooming a pig. Seriously? A healthy-looking boar. It's some pig. A man with a bag of possessions. An ugly child. Oh, that's not nice. A drunk on a rug. They're rolled rugs. A woman selling rugs. Alright, well, let's talk to people. I'm not going to talk to the scholar just yet. There we go. We'll get out of the scholar's way. You look perplexed, good man. Jerry Moore. Listen to what part of this text says. Move thy rodent, and as thy rodent moves, so moves the symbol thou hast chosen. Bring thy chosen symbol to rest upon a person or object. Then clicketh thy finger upon the rodent to bring forth the response of the symbol. Can you say what it means, yeoman? Nay, 'tis most baffling. I think you may have a manual for a GUI interface there, sir. GUI? It's not GUI! A box of knickknacks, but are they paddywhacking? What is the purpose of your odd-looking stick? Oh, is this going to be something about hockey? Bertie Bowler. 'Tis an experiment. I'm trying sticks of all different shapes. I'm inventing a game in which 2 teams of men throw a hard ball at one another and try to knock over the other team's wicket. Unfortunately, the wickets are quite sticky, but the man with the stick tries to hit the ball before it hits the wicket. The wicket? Aye, 3 sticks stuck in the ground with 2 other sticks laid flat on top. And then the two men with the hitting sticks run back and forth between the wickets while the other men run around in the field trying to catch the ball. What do you think? I think you're mad. No man of a right mind would play such a game. How came you by this creature? 'Tis a long and highly improbable tale. Cadwaller, huh? I'm sure it is. Some other time, perhaps. What could one possibly say to a rare giant Nottingham armadillo? I don't know. Let's wait until he goes by. There we go. There is no answer. Mistress Goff. Give me my turn. Andrew needs a new pair of shoes. I have a mind to throw the dice. Robert of Fishbach. Aye, when I see a wager. Sir Brian de Hughes. Do not speak to me. I'm losing. Robert of Mallory. If you want to gamble, show your coins. Mistress Baker. Shh, I be listening to the doomsayer. Todd Powers. Can't you see when a man's concentrating? I've never seen such unlucky dice. Well, they're probably loaded. I imagine that those are all references to people that I don't get. Nothing to say to that person. Oh. Alright, Doomsayer. The end is coming! The millennium draws to an end, and the time of judgment is upon us. The millennium ended, like, 100 years ago. Hearken ye, for the years are short, and your sins are many. Upon the turning of the millennium, the world will end, the angels will descend, and woe to those who are not found worthy. The end is nigh. Purify yourselves, and abandon all material pleasures and sins of the flesh. In other words, by giving you money. The year 1200 Anno Domini will see the end of all things. Prepare thyself. Nay, sir, the millennium does not end in 1200. In truth, not until the year 1201 is completed does the millennium end, for 1201 is the 1000th year. It's not the end of the millennium, it's the end of a century. I mean, yes, it's the end of the millennium since the year 200, but still. What say you now? Picky, picky, picky. Let's get out of the way of the scholar. Talk to him later. I want to talk to all the people in town first. I don't suppose there's much future in being a Doomsayer's apprentice. It's a living. It is. I mean, you just have to keep moving the predictions back a few years. I mean, just think about it. How often have Doomsayers been correct? Never. They've been predicting the doom for 2,000 years now. Maybe not quite 2,000 years, but close enough. A man engaged in serious conversation. Man engaged in serious conversation. A man selling either hose or a condom of extraordinary length. Oh my. A man arguing over the length of something. A fortune teller. 'Tis the fortune teller's booth. A townsman. A woman selling garlic. Braids of garlic, most useful in keeping Nottingham free of vampires. But more importantly, is it fresh Moravian garlic? A man selling mysterious objects. Those are mysterious objects. A vendor selling silken scarves. I think I'm going to need one of those. The scarves are of excellent quality. A pugnacious young man. A young man of the town. A cidermonger selling scrumpy cider. A keg of scrumpy cider, a nasty brew known to destroy livers. Barrels. A cask that surely held scrumpy cider to this poor man's misfortune. A man who's had far too much scrumpy cider. A cook. A cauldron lets forth a most enticing smell. A little blue nun. That's probably a reference to something. A man who's had just enough scrumpy cider. A dog who's had too much scrumpy cider. Alright, there's clearly someone passed out back there, but I guess they won't let me play it. Take a look at them. A man who hums to a group of small stones in the table in front of her. A child fascinated by a woman who is humming to stones. The woman has an arrangement of small cut stones upon the table, and she hums to them. A mendicant. A peasant man. A peasant man. A very large dog? That's a dog? A foreign soldier with a pike. See nothing of interest. Nothing to say to that person. Oh, come on. Cosmo Clumperton.
I tell you the world is a cube.
Ned Nedget.
I tell you the world is flat. 'Tis not. 'Tis so. 'Tis not. 'Tis so.
No, both of you are clearly wrong. The world is a dodecahedron.
What the hell is a dodecahedron?
Ugh. Ignorant savages. Mirden. Of course, I want to pronounce that as Welsh, Mirthen. What'd you say again?
Tell your fortune for 2 farthings, sir.
Alright. Let's give him 2 farthings.
Thank you, sir. Stand still but a moment while I speak with the spirits.
That's speaking with the spirits?
The spirits say danger follows you like a dog nipping at your heels.
Easily guessed. I'm an archer, and thus my trade could entail danger.
The spirits say you are not what you seem.
Vague enough. I've yet to hear my money's worth.
Very well, doubting Thomas. I'll not have you mock me. I see a battle in which there is much gold, yet it is not for the gold you fight. I see you in a forest, trapped as would be a stag surrounded by baying hounds. I see the gallows and a rope around your neck. I see a lady, a beautiful woman with black hair, and there is a terrible danger for her very soon.
How? What is this danger?
Ah, you do not doubt me now. I regret I cannot tell you more, save that it comes from something she greatly fears. The spirits fall silent. I have no more to tell you.
I think we got some points for that. There is no answer. Oh.
Tell me, do you give advice for a fee?
Plumpy Bacchus.
Nay, I give it for free.
Then what advice would you give me?
I advise you to poke out your other eye at once.
What? By my beard, if that's the nature of your advice, I understand why it is free.
You get what you pay for.
Well, that's accurate. Garlic woman.
My garlic is most potent, sir. Why, we haven't had a vampire in these parts for, well, we never have. Not like the poor folk on the Tweed River wiped out by the plague brought on by the walking dead. Aye, the devil will never make the dead walk in this town, sir. Not with my garlic to protect us.
Prithee, enlighten me as to the nature of what you sell. Confustus obscuratus. Sir, I cannot. They are mysterious objects. It is their nature to be mysterious, and they are objects. If you wish to know more, you must seek out a sage man, such as Ken of Nish, or Alfred of Ruffton. It's probably a reference that I don't get. Your scarves are most fine. Bombix Morris.
They are that, they are indeed, all the way from the east, woven by delicate dark-eyed maidens, every one a virgin, so they tell me. They say only a pure maiden can weave the silk of the worm, and in such a fashion as you see here.
And the price?
They are but a penny and a halfpenny each, sir, a bargain. A bargain, a mere 6 farthings.
Alright, well, I think we want to buy one. Let me see. Let's see. Yep. Alright. So, let's see. Let's just give him 3 halfpennies. There you go.
Thank you, sir. I trust this is a gift for a certain lady.
Aye, select the finest and have it sent to the Lady Marion.
What? You will not deliver it yourself? Why, when she sees this magnificent gift?
Nay, it must be done as I ask.
Say no more. 'Tis a secret tryst, then I understand. But you may trust me, sir. I'll see to it at the end of the day.
Alrighty. The walls run the length of the fair and divides the merchants. This is the western end, near the archery grounds. They are thick, luxurious rugs with a foreign look to them. Young man, bugger off! What was that you said? Nothing, sir. Nothing to say to that person. Oh. What this person? Do you make the scrumpy cider that afflicts yonder men? Aye, that I did. John Chapman. And you sip from your own mug, yet you're left standing. I'm no fool. I have good pub ale in my mug. It's probably related to Gentle Chapman. Hello, sir. Good day, fellow. From where do you hail? Cerdic. It's a Cerdicine! It's a Cerdicine! Saxon I be, and lately come from Austria. From Austria? Have you heard any news of our king, Richard the Lionheart? Last I heard, he was still prisoner. Thank you for the news, though I'd have wished to hear otherwise. Man, there's so many people that I have nothing to say to. It's disappointing.
Charity, please, sir.
What afflicts you?
'Twas the sheriff's men what afflicted me, sir. One of them took my daughter and forced her to become his doxy. I thrashed the rogue and kicked him soundly. He returned with his bullies, and while they had me down, he chopped off my foot. Now I cannot plow my fields, and my poor daughter has a bastard babe to feed.
Well, let's give him some charity then. Give him a farthing.
Bless you, sir.
It's the nature of Robin Hood. He can do nothing but moan. Nothing to say to that person. How about the lady? Madame, why do you hum to these stones? Surely.
The historians tell us that Merlin raised the stones known as the Giant's Dance upon Salisbury Plain by the means of song. Therefore, it must be that a stone spirit will dance when it is summoned by exactly the right combination of musical sounds. Since a small stone must respond as well as a large one, I'm practicing upon these stones until I can learn the song to which they will dance.
Ah, I see. Well, carry on. What fare do you offer, cook?
A nice lamb stew, sir. 2 farthings for a bowlful. Have you a bowl with you?
I fear I do not.
Sorry, can't help you then.
Psst, don't believe this fellow if he tells you it's lamb in the stew. It's mutton that saw too many days upon God's green earth is what it is. As tough and stringy as the devil's hide it is.
Can I get to this guy? Maybe. Maybe, okay. I guess we're gonna walk up around that way. He is incapable of speech. We went all that way just to get that. Thanks, game. Alright, there's one last batch of people to talk to over here. So let's go ahead and do just that. Christy Marks.
Congratulations, you found me. I suppose you'll want to be rewarded. Here, I'll give you some points. Oops, got a little carried away there. Excuse me while I fix it. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let me give it one more try. I think I'd better leave well enough alone.
No, I had so many points. Gave me points. Nothing to say to that person. Oh, I can't talk to the contented couple? That is Christy Marks who made the game. What do you carry in your bag?
Ernest, everything I own, for I'm a restless man and like to roam. I've much enjoyed Nottingham, especially the women, but 'tis time to move on.
With a few angry husbands at your heels, mayhap?
Husbands? What sort of rogue do you take me for? Actually, they're mostly fathers.
Terrible. Tell me of your wares. Hippocrates Socrates. I'm sadly depleted. I've sold all my powders to settle the stomach, for it seems a man hereabouts has been selling a stew of dubious quality. This fellow here before you has purchased all my love philters.
I still have some exquisite scented oils for 2 pennies each.
Jeez, this is just sucking up all my coins. There we go, 2 pennies each.
What's your desire, sir? I wish something for a lady of unsurpassed beauty and subtle wit. Only one thing will do, then, the oil of the rose. Smell this, sir. Aye, that is perfect, but I cannot take it to the lady myself for reasons of delicacy. Say no more, say no more. Give me the lady's name, and I shall deliver it to her myself when the day is done. Then take it to the Lady Mary. Compliments of an archer named Puck. It will be done.
Tell me about your pig, sir. Roddy Bright.
Greetings, sir. I see you're admiring my large and stalwart boar. I call him the Great Boar Sherman. Well worth his weight in gold. Which would you be in the market for such a fine example of porcine splendor? It comes with a matching codpiece.
Many thanks, but I'll decline your gracious offer.
What? Why does he come with a codpiece?
Where are your parents? Have they abandoned you?
Do not have a cow, yeoman.
Sooth, if 'twere me, I'd trade you for a pig and scarcely know the difference.
And I'd trade you for a mule's hindquarters, and there'd be no difference at all.
Actually, I think there might be one more screen that I have to visit. I'll get no answer from this sot.
What is your sorrow?
Lance, not a lot.
I wanted to be a hero, but my quest for glory had a tragic end. I couldn't learn magic, I was a hopeless fighter and a clumsy thief. So I've resigned myself to travel the fair selling knickknacks and cheap little rugs. Could I interest you in anything?
Do the rugs fly?
Alas, they are but ordinary rugs.
Then I think not. Rumor has it that you are silly.
Clyde Clodpate.
Moi? I'm as sensible as the day is wet. Why, I've the brains of a newt, and naughty is the ninny that knew not but that the newt knew.
That is not very silly. Actually, we have not talked to this person here.
These are the most excellent rugs, tightly woven, expertly dyed. Only 2 marks apiece.
2 marks? That's very dear. Only a rich man could buy your rugs.
That certainly isn't you, so go away and don't kick up any dust when you leave. Between you and the bloody great boar over there, I'll never get any customers.
Alright, let's wait for the scholar to move by again. There we go. And the last group of people to talk to.
Cuthbert Codswallop. Tools and implements for men of many trades, though not, I fear, for your trade, yeoman.
That's all he says? Alright, let's talk to the beggar here.
How did you lose your leg? In the Crusade, serving the king. Took an arrow in it.
You took an arrow in the knee?
And the wound festered. The leech had no choice but to chop it off.
Well, let's give you a coin then.
Why, thanks.
And I got some points for it. Nothing to say to that person. Nothing to say to that person. What do you have to say?
Mysterious object.
Mysterious objects. Come buy a mysterious object. Do not be fooled. Mine are far better than the other vendors.
How so?
Mine are hollow and let the wind pass through them.
Why is that good?
I don't know, sir. 'Tis all a mystery to me.
Methinks this man is several arrows short of a quiver.
Ned Courage. Finest quality furs to adorn a man or lady. I have a rabbit, and fox, and wolf, and bear, and exotic furs from across the seas. Suitable all manner of garments, collar, hats, cloaks, boots, cuffs.
I don't have anything else to say to them. Him? Okay.
You've no business talking to my wife.
Well, that's just rude. Eric the Tall.
I'd dearly love to have one of those swords. Truly, I would have respect then, or heads would roll.
Lester Luskin.
Swinging a sword is far too much work. I'd rather sit here and look at them until I feel strong enough to stand up.
Edgar Sharp.
The sharpest and most resilient of Damascene steel. Perfectly balanced, each sword is a masterpiece of the smith's art. You'll not find its equal anywhere else, except in Damascus. I find your humor blunt. You might whet my interest with the right price. For such superb steel, 20 marks. I'll keep my bow.
Alright, last group of people that we may be able to talk to down here. Rowena Sly.
Oh, look, his face is turning the loveliest shade of purple.
Nothing to say to that person. Scott Murphy.
Think of the potential. 2 guys from Nottingham has a real ring to it.
Mark Crow. I don't know, lacks a little something.
We can wear funny codpieces where they belong instead of on our faces.
You're not convincing me.
Look at this place. They don't use janitors here. A sanitation specialist would die from breathing the air. But they have lots of guys named Roger. They're all over the place. I can see it now. Roger Wilco meets Robin Hood. Old England plunges to new depths of excitement as...
You're not convincing me. Oh, it's the 2 guys from Andromeda. Alright, well, when we come back, we will find the scholar, talk to him, and, well, hopefully find the correct one. See you in the next episode, everyone.